Good evening and welcome to Beyond the Headlines. Just weeks before the August 15 governorship election in Osun State, the state is no longer just a battleground of ideas. It's increasingly becoming a battleground of accusations. Reports of shootings, attacks and deaths linked to political violence have heightened fears that the campaign could descend into crisis if not urgently contained. But the APC and the Accord Party have accused each other of sponsoring violence, while each side insists it's the victim. Security agencies have convened multiple peace meetings, and the Inspector General of Police, we understand, has now personally visited Osun, meeting Governor Adeleke, political leaders and candidates in what many see as a critical intervention. Beyond security, the politics itself has become increasingly fluid. We're hearing of defections, we're seeing counter-defections, which have now continued almost daily. Internal grievances have emerged within the APC after its primaries, while the ruling Accord Party is also working to retain key political figures amid shifting alliances. I'm joined by an APC chieftain, Remi Omowaye, for more on this development, especially as we count down to the big one in August, and what all of these new developments mean for Osun State. Mr. Mowaye, thank you for joining us.
Thank you. This is Prince Adeleke.
All right. I was told that Prince Adeleke, okay, Prince Adeleke is DG of the APC Governorship Campaign Council for Osun Central Senatorial District, and is also one of the key strategists in the APC's bid to reclaim Osun State. Prince Adeleke, we apologize for that mix-up. Thank you so much for joining us. Every election, Prince, should ultimately be decided by votes, not violence. But what we're hearing from Osun is a little bit scary. Killings, allegations of assassination attempts, and increasing political tension. The IGP himself has now waded in and visited the state. I'm told that you, alongside other critical political stakeholders, were at that meeting. Did that meeting produce anything concrete in terms of commitments beyond the usual peace declarations?
Well, good evening, the interviewer. Good evening, the viewers. I just left the meeting you are referring to. The IG actually called the stakeholders in the political platform of Osun. And luckily, I was the one that spoke on behalf of my party, APC, as the Director General of the campaign for APC in the Central Senatorial District. Yes, the IG told us that he has visited the governor of the state and that he has had a lot. He has interviewed the current commissioner of police. But the take home from the IG's visit to the governor is that the IG was bold enough to tell the governor that criminals are hibernating in the government house with him, and that the police and other security operatives are ready to root them out because they are tired of this killing in Osun. But having said that, let me say this. It has not been this bad in Osun State. But since the inception of this government, I am bold to say it, that criminals has turned Osogbo especially, they have turned it to their abode. Why? Is because we have a governor that is sharing his immunity with political thugs. There are so many of these thugs that were declared wanted by the police, and they reside in the government house with the governor. We have videos of their leaders opening governor's house gates, bringing in criminals. So the killing didn't start today. In 2022 election, they thought that what they did in 2022 is what they can do again. The police and other security operatives are up and doing now.
Prince Adeleke, yes. Allow me to butt in for a minute. I just want to be sure I heard what you say, that were you quoting the IGP to have told the governor today that criminals are in government house? Because it sounds more like the IGP is supporting the APC against Accord Party. That's exactly how it sounds, Prince Adeleke.
This is what he said. This is what he said. He said he has information that some of these criminals hibernate in the government house, and at the same time, criminals from the other side emanate somewhere else, that he is ready to root them out. He didn't just mention the government house alone.
All right, because, you know, the incumbent party has repeatedly accused your party supporters and associates of your own party's candidate of sponsoring attacks and unleashing political thugs. In fact, we also understand that the APC continues to deny these allegations. And has in turn, just a minute, Prince, and has in turn accused a court of weaponizing violence and state institutions. The question really is, what's really happening? Should voters be afraid because election is in a few weeks? What's all this desperation about in Osun, Prince Adeleke?
You know, we are so happy to receive the IG, but let me just tell you this. The issue, 98% is on the governor of the state. I want to tell you that there are some criminals who have been declared wanted like 2 years ago. They still roam about the street, and some of them on the same podium where the governor is campaigning. One of them is, the biggest of them is called Emir Ajabubade. Emir is wanted by the police. There's another one, Nuruddin Alowole, is also wanted by the police. There's one they call Solo Iwara, is wanted by the police. All these people, they die and wind with Mr. Governor. Why do we say this? Because we see them, we have videos that have gone viral, where they take pictures with governor, where they attend parties with governor. Even the last rally that the Accord did, the two most notorious, Emir Ajabubade and Nuruddin Alowole, were on the stage with the governor at the campaign. The police were unable to arrest them because they seem to be sharing immunity with the governor. In February 10, 2025, one of our chairmen was killed in a broad daylight when he was resuming office in Nikire. His name is Remi Abbas. The person that was accused perpetrating this killing happened to be a chairman, purported chairman of the PDP party and an appointee of Governor Adeleke. As we speak, Jide Joda moved around on the street. In 2022, they killed more than 30 of our members. And they are very good at propaganda. Look at the shooting in Okini that they were saying it's a member of the APC. Let me tell the whole world now that the Amotekun is being used by Governor Adeleke to persecute opposition. The Amotekun in Osun today, we don't even know the uniform they wear.
Prince Adeleke, it's important that we don't make allegations here that we cannot substantiate with fact, because why should voters believe your version over that of the government? The narrative from the other side is such that your party's campaign is driven by desperation to wrestle power from Governor Adeleke. I know you've mentioned some names that you accuse of fomenting trouble, but you cannot also say that there are no political thugs with your party's name on it in Osun that people can corroborate. The question really, because I don't want us to go personal on this show, do you agree, Prince Adeleke, that victory at this election should not come at the cost of any life?
That is why we are happy that the IG is here and is read out the Riot Act. And let us wait and see what happens. If they are not shielding criminals, there is no way they will be doing what they are doing. I am not exonerating any party, but I'm telling you of what happened. You are talking of substantiating. We have facts. Amotekun today in Osun, the killing at Akilalu, they killed 2 people in a broad daylight by Amotekun. The Director General of Amotekun in the state, the man that is commanding, is a retired police officer who has been indicted for criminal cases, several ones. His case is still in court, and he still remains the Director General.
I get your point, Prince, but the point I'm making is we can go on and on to cite these cases. I'm saying the other side can also come on the show and recite names that do not favor your party, because what we've seen is both parties now routinely accusing each other of thuggery, of intimidation, of political violence almost after every incident. Doesn't that suggest political leaders themselves may be escalating tensions through inflammatory rhetoric? what responsibility should parties bear now for calming their supporters? Because we're losing lives in what should be an election. Shouldn't both the APC and Accord Party be concerned?
I told you something that in 2022, more than 30 of our members were killed. They are repeating the same thing. We are concerned. It is sad whether somebody is a top or not. Losing life is of great concern. You can imagine the killing of the 14-year-old boy somewhere in Ilobu. The guy is not a politician. He's too young to be like that. But emotion has come in. Everything has been politicized. Just 3 days ago, the Director General of our campaign was attacked, and they found a brand new British pistol Beretta on the attacker, who we know, one way or the other, has even convinced that actually he was sent to go and assassinate Oluwole. It is terrible here. We are telling you the truth. And it's unfortunate that the major duty of a governor is to protect lives and properties of citizens. But here in Osun, the reverse is the case. When you see the governor coming on television, talking about security, the people of the world should tell him to release those who are on the wanted list of the police. This governor, in a live interview, accused the commissioner of police of not cooperating. My brother, not cooperating for what? I am saying this, that the last 4 commissioners of police have been accused of not cooperating. Why? Because they have decided to get rid of criminals in Osun.
All right.
That is the situation we are in. It is not about if you commit crime and they allow law to take its course, you will not want to do it again. As I speak, my brother, if you take criminals to court, the governor will still use his influence. There are so many of them.
Professor Adeleke, let us turn our attention to other issues now, because I want us to tread carefully, especially because the other party is not represented here. And you are beginning to make some very huge allegations that I cannot verify on this platform. But let us talk about politics ahead of the election, because your party projects confidence, but it's also, as we speak now, experiencing some internal dissatisfaction following the primary election. Several politicians have defected. Others remain unhappy over candidate selection. The Osun West senatorial primary has even been described by some party stakeholders as a daylight robbery. There are allegations that no genuine primary took place. Has the APC truly healed these internal wounds, or are these divisions merely being managed until after the governorship election?
The wounds are totally healed. Those little ones that remains, we are talking to them. But let me tell you this. There is no political party that will not have such. It is even bigger in the Accord Party or the PDP party. Let me tell you this. Those people that funded PDP, which turned to Accord now, people like Baba Swaibo Yedokun, who was a member of the BOT of PDP, they left Governor Adeleke. A senator from the East, Senator Fadansi, left Governor Adeleke's party and came to APC. Another senator from the Central, Ajagunla, left Governor Adeleke's party and came to APC. A member of Rep, Ajile Soro, from Ife constituency, left Governor Adeleke and came to APC. Soya Omi from Ijesha Federal constituency, left Governor Adeleke and came to. These are giants. These are politicians. These are the people that made it happen for APC or Accord. They all left. Now, in our own, those people that left, you know, there are some people, I want to believe that many of them are induced. But let me tell you this, it did not shake our party. It is just that we don't make noise. As I speak, a member, one of the so-called chairmen they are parading, resigned today and joined our party. We are more strategic. We don't make noise. We just started inaugurating our canvassers. And let me tell you, they imitate. Immediately we finish, I only say they want to do canvasser. That's our strategy.
Prince.
And each time, when we do it in any local government, you can see the crowd.
Prince.
It is more than The crowd is organic, not
you,
a crowd. So we are more than ready. And he knows, governor knows that
yes.
when we do one-on-one, we are winning this election. And that is why you see violence.
You listed those who have joined your party, but you conveniently omitted those who are also leaving the APC, especially loyalists of Senator Omishoro. In fact, there's a list now. One issue the opposition continues to raise is the allegation that federal appointments from Osun have been concentrated around individuals from former Governor Oyetola's hometown and political camp. They point to appointments across several federal agencies, and the argument is that this reflects political patronage rather than broad inclusion. There's a list of 26 or 27 people that are being claimed to be loyalists to the minister. What's your response to Nigerians who see this as evidence that opportunities are being distributed narrowly rather than, across board?
When a woman wants to divorce the husband, she must tell a story, a sweet one. Every appointment, federal appointment that we have opportunity of getting is being based on senatorial by senatorial district. We have a lot of these appointments from the West. We have some of them from the Central. We have some of them from the East. And let me tell you this, who is a member of our party that is not known to former governor because he's the leader of the party? At the house, home of Baba Akonde, Oyetola was pronounced the leader of the party. So we defer to him. What are we talking about? One of the allies of Senator Omishoro, his name is a member of the Federal Character Commission. He's one of Omishoro's person. He was given appointment. What are we talking about? The chairman of our party is from Ife. He's been given appointment. He's one of Omishoro's people. What are we saying? But when they don't know what to say, they need to cook something for people to believe, oh, this is this. Remi Omowaye, ED, Federal Housing Authority, is from Ijesalon. Olamilekan Badmod, ED in FPA, is from the Central, is from Osogbo. And we have several of them. Before Oyebamiji became our candidate, he was in Niwa, from the eastern part, in the East Senatorial District. So what are they saying? They must say something. It has no effect on our party.
I hear you. I hear you, Prince. I was thinking you would also mention names of people appointed from other political camps. Or are you saying there's only one political camp in Osun loyal to the former governor?
There is nothing like political camp. After our primary election, some people who are not taking, who could not take it, they have forgotten that only one person will hold a particular post. And we have been talking to them. As we speak, Senator Omishoro still attended the meeting of the elders caucus of our party. So if you say some of his boys, they can be induced.
Who is inducing them, Prince Adeleke? Induced by who?
The opposition, of course, they can do it. But if you are true a member of a party, you cannot be induced. Not somebody like Omishoro. Omishoro is still in our party. So if you are mentioning his boys, we are not talking about them.
All right.
We are not saying they don't have value. But let me tell you, they have reasons. And many of them are already begging to come back, and we are ready to take them. As a matter of fact, we have taken some of them.
Governor Adeleke and his supporters argue that despite what they call the political noise, his administration has delivered visible infrastructure. They have listed workers' welfare improvements and social programs, which is why they are confident of re-election. What specifically has the APC candidate promised that Osun people are not already getting?
Let me first of all say this. Any government that premises its achievement of payment of salary is not a government. It is the function, the duty. It is a must for a government salary if the money is available. So far, Governor Adeleke has taken more than 1 trillion in Osun. The policy of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu is that nobody should owe workers. So that's the only thing Governor Adeleke is talking about. I am paying salary. But don't forget, I did an interview with you on this same platform where you asked if Oyetola actually paid full salary for the 4 years that he ruled Osun. And I told you, yes. I remember that time maybe you went to fact check and you realized that truly Oyetola did not hold 1 naira. Again, Governor Adeleke's regime are full of propaganda. My brother, there's protests everywhere in Osun that pensioners has not been paid. The unbonded pensioners were not paid up till now from 2016 to date. But Governor Adeleke will still go on TV and say he has paid. I wish you can invite the leadership, pensioners, let them come and talk. Again, he will talk of welfare. Welfare, where, how? What did he do? Welfare of the citizens. That Governor Adeleke lied to us that he is paying, he is giving food to students of primary 1 to 3 when he's not doing it. Everybody knows. And that is why they hate him that much in Osun now. Everybody that you see mentioning Adeleke is just because he's in government, they don't want to be attacked. But we know what is happening. Yesterday we were at a place, they call it Ibona Market. You need to see the crowd, unsolicited for, organic crowd that were saying they needed Bola Oyebamiji. Let me tell you this. Aside prompt payment of salary, workers in Osun will enjoy Bola Oyebamiji. He was the one that stopped our salary in Osun. But when they want to make their machine, they will say Bola Oyebamiji was involved. No, he was not a commissioner for finance the time Governor Adeleke started half salary. But when he came on board, he was the one that stopped the issue of half salary. And we were paying every worker on the 25th of every month that time. But you can see that what Governor Adeleke has taken within the first 6 months is higher than what Governor Oyetola took for the entire 4 years. Remember again that we had the issue of NSAS during Oyetola regime. We had the issue of COVID during Oyetola's regime. So everything Oyetola did was within 2.5 years. So what are we saying? And these are things Oyebamiji himself is saying that workers should not worry. Instead of reducing, he will rather increase their salary.
Prince Bayo Adeleke, we have completely run out of time. DG, in fact, interestingly, you answered the same name with the governor you want to remove from office. Isn't that just amazing?
Ready to remove.
Well, we have to wait and see, you know, whether the votes will match with the interest of the APC.
Let us do one-on-one. We are winning.
DG, APC Governorship Council, Campaign Council for Osun Central Senatorial District. Thank you so much for joining us on Beyond the Headlines today.
Thank you.
Well, we're counting down to the August election, and as Osun moves towards what promises to be one of Nigeria's most closely watched governorship elections, we're hoping that both sides can really do all of this without violence, and that political parties would be democratic and also pay attention to what is needful at this time. We are also saying that the greatest victory in August 15 will not simply be who wins office. It will be an election in which every voter can cast a ballot freely, safely, and with confidence that their vote, not violence, determines the outcome. Thank you for watching, everyone. Remember, you can watch it again at midnight and 6 a.m. tomorrow.